Hi, hello everybody. Welcome to watch Facebook Live with CGTN. I'm Wang in Hamburg, Germany. Well, the weather is perfect. It's very nice. Now we are going to start a wonderful journey. You can see that there is a huge building behind me. Have you seen the huge Chinese characters? Do you know what they mean? I bet you don't. Most of you don't know the Chinese characters. Actually, it means Maritime Silk Road. Well, this building actually is the Hamburg International Maritime Museum. It's the largest private maritime museum in the world. Now, inside of the museum, there is a wonderful exhibition called East Meets West. So basically, the exhibition will talk about China's maritime Silk Road back in 13th to 17th century. So it will describe how China had trade relations with other countries and how Chinese ships connect this wonderful oriental area to the rest of the world. So very soon we are going to go inside and we will see what they are going to show us, and probably we'll get a lot of history and a lot of wonderful items. Well, look at this. This is wonderful view. Well, as I told you, I'm in Hamburg, Germany. Hamburg is a very important port of Germany. It's the largest port in Germany, and it's the second largest one in Europe. And you can see that inside of the city, we can see a lot of lakes and rivers, and people take boats. So you can see very good view here. And actually, this time I'm here for the G20 summit. What is G20? At that time, about 19 countries, the leaders from 19 countries and the EU will come to Hamburg. The G20 summit will be held on 7th and 8th. Well, okay, take a look at this building. Well, this is the museum. This is the Hamburg International Maritime Museum. It has 10 floors, and 9 floors are demonstrating their items. And it's a private one. And I was told this museum, the items here have a lot of stories. And also the owner and the president, they also have wonderful stories. Okay, follow me, let's speed up. Hello, let's go. Okay. Well, look at the flags. It just reminds me of the UN and America's State Department. Very international. Have you got the sense of international? Okay, let's go. Woohoo! Look at who he is. Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to see you. Welcome in our museum.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, everybody. Well, very nice museum.
Thank you.
And you are Peter Tamm, right? Exactly. Mr. Tamm.
Yes, exactly. So I'm the son of the founder, Professor Peter Tamm, and now I'm the president of the museum after my father unfortunately died last year. So, and now we're running the whole museum here. And very proud to have you here.
Thank you so much. And now you are watching Facebook Live with CGTN, and I'm your reporter, Wang. I'm in Hamburg, Germany. And this is our president of the Hamburg International Maritime Museum, Peter Tamm, right? Please say hello to our audience.
Hello to everybody in China and all the best, and we hope to see you soon here.
You are not only in China, but around the world.
Around the world, sorry, please.
And you are welcome to make comments and raise questions. We are gonna see your comments and answer your questions. So feel free to let us know. Okay.
Thank you.
Great. Well, this is a very interesting shopping area. I think that's a dream for every woman, every girls. We just love shopping. So, that's very interesting. Oh, this is ship. So you can see a lot of stuff about maritime, about ships, right? Anything interesting in your shops?
Oh yes, we have books about the shop. We have about the museum, and we have everything, little stuff. We have, of course, for the kids. We have some sweet stuff.
Candy.
And so all
Candies.
Exactly what you need.
Okay.
Here we
well,
have
we have
models.
seen a lot of models of
Yes.
ships, right?
Here we have also games and books and
Okay.
anything you need.
So after visiting the museum, you can get the flavor of the maritime of the sea, and you can bring them home, and it just reminds me and refresh your memory about this area. Yeah, and talk a little bit about your father. You told me that your father is the founder of this museum, right?
Exactly. My father was when he was in the age of 6, he got the first little model, which we still have here on deck 9, and we show. And he got it because he was ill at home, and my grandmother brought it and gave it as a present for him.
So at that time, he was a little boy.
Yes.
6 years old.
6 years old, and it made click in his head and said, I want to be an admiral one day. But unfortunately, after World War II, so there was no admiral possible.
Okay.
But he started to collect.
And this
Here you
is
see
his
my father.
portrait.
Here you see my father.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Here you see my father and Peter Tamm, and all the stuff we prepared for him in order
So
to
what did he
remember
do?
about him.
Was he?
He was.
Has any connection with ships?
Oh yes, so our family in the 1700th century, Martin Tamm was head of, let's say, commander of the Wappen von Hamburg, which was a convoy ship we have on deck 2, the big model. And my father actually, he was in the media business.
Media business.
Yes, and he came Admiral of Springer Group, and his nickname was the Admiral, because he couldn't go to let's say, be a Navy Admiral. And so he was founding and running this big company, and was magazines, media, newspapers, and TV and radio stations and so on. But he, on this other side, his life, he always kept collecting it and keep collecting ships and ships, because for him the ship was, let's say, as he said in German, the Träger der Weltgeschichte. He was the bridge between the countries and the nations.
So he never gave up his hobby.
No, never. So, and became, as older he became more crazy, and stuff came more and more, and a collector. This is actually Tamm number 1. That's, let's say, a replica of it. And the first one.
The starting point.
Exactly. That was the starting point.
It was given by his mother.
His mother.
Okay.
And
he was sick, and he was 6 years old.
Exactly.
So his mother was trying to make him happy.
Exactly.
To cheer him up. So gave this model to him.
Exactly. And this made his click. So, and he said, I want to be an admiral, and I want to have the largest maritime collection. Private maritime collection, which he got. And here you see it. And everything basically you see in this house. He started by 0 and collected everything.
And we saw this, it's a cigar.
Yes.
Havana? From
Yes.
Havana?
It was Havana at Monte Cristo number 3. And he was so,
And
he loved it. Yes. You can really see when he came home always, you could smell it. My dad is home.
Actually, I mean, just a couple of days ago, I came here and I went downstairs. And when I got into the room, I just immediately got the smell of the cigar.
Yes.
So I bet he really loved it.
He loved it. Exactly. So that was basically it. So here we go up. We have the.
Okay, you also have some books.
We have some books. Yes, some Chinese character.
Zheng He, he was a famous explorer from China, and he also connected China to the rest of the world.
Yes, correct. And we have a designated model of Admiral Zheng He up there, and also a kind of a replica of him. And so we are very, he was one of the big conquerors of the world at the time, I have to say.
Well, and this is the East meets West. That's kind of the theme of this exhibition, right?
Exactly, the theme of the exhibition, and let me show it to you, if you like.
We can't wait now. So let's go. Let's head
Exactly.
to the exhibition.
Great.
Wow, the museum is kind of really have the flavor of the ships.
Yes, this is the oldest warehouse in the port of Hamburg, which
Okay,
was
it
restored.
an old warehouse.
It used to be an old warehouse, so here must be also some Chinese goods kept at the time. So, and, oops, be careful.
Yes, just like you are selling on the sea, we have to be careful all the time.
Exactly. And we have 10 floors, and 9 floors is the exhibition, and the 10th floor, it's basically kind of a deck which we are renting out and to the public, where you can make a reception or party.
Do you have any idea how many items do you have?
Oh, I think we have about 55,000 small models, several thousand of big models, swords, uniforms. So you better don't count this anymore. And photos and paintings and anything you see.
Okay.
And
wow. Now here is the East meets West. That's our exhibition.
Exactly. And the exhibition is, let's say, about the Maritime Silk Road. And maybe I introduce
yeah, let's introduce
yes.
her. Hi.
Maritime Silk Road between the 13th and 17th century. And this was come here because we have the 45th anniversary about Chinese-German diplomatic relations.
Well, it's a very meaningful moment as this year marks the 45th anniversary of the establishment of the diplomatic relations between China and Germany. And at this moment, the G20 will start soon in Hamburg, and the Chinese President Xi Jinping will come here, and with all other leaders from other countries. And here, I think there will be a gathering from around the world between China and other countries. And here we have the exhibition. So it's another, sort of joint place. Yeah, and this exhibition is sponsored by the Chinese State Administration of Cultural Heritage. And it's kind of work with the Guangdong Museum, right?
Yeah.
And can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Nanhai Wang. I work for the Guangdong Museum. We are so happy to work with the Peter Tamm. It's so great cooperation for us to a museum.
Yeah. But how did this cooperation start? One is from China and the other is from Germany.
Yeah, actually, it was very nice. We have been approached by the Chinese embassy in Berlin, and so they said, "Are you interested?" And we didn't even think twice. We said, "Yes, we are interested." And then they asked, "Can you do it?" I said, "Why not?" So we do it.
How long will this exhibition last?
It started from 8th of June and will last until 10th of September.
Okay, so about
three months. Yes.
Oh, wow, that's quite a long time.
And we found, with coming together, was an excellent cooperation. It's very professional, and we are so happy because this is the first time for us. We did it, and we learned a lot, and we can only thank you for everything and openness and professionalism.
We want to do that because our premier, Miss Madam Liu Yandong, also sent us to sign agreement in Beijing.
That's great.
Yeah.
So now we can start from this exhibition.
Yeah.
So the connection between China and Europe probably started with the Maritime Silk Road, right?
Yeah.
So when did that start?
Let me introduce something for you.
Okay.
Because it's the ocean. Here is ocean.
This is
we can
the
see
map?
The ocean connect different parts of the world all together. We are here. We are in China.
This is China. That's where you are from.
Yeah.
Guangzhou.
Yeah, the Eastern Asian jewel. Here is the Eastern, Southeastern, and here is the South Asian India, island, and here is the Arab island. Here is the African, and also the Mediterranean area. Before 2,000 years ago, we found Nanhai Kingdom, Muslim there.
So basically, the old Maritime Silk Road. Yeah. It started from China, from China. The southeast China, and it went through all different continents. It went through Asia. Yeah, Asia. This is Asia too, and the Middle East, Africa, and Europe. Basically, it connected China to the rest of the world. Yeah. It became a network, right?
Yeah. Especially during the Nanhai Kingdom.
Okay, so this is another story here.
Qin and Han dynasty.
So tell us, what is this part mean?
This part, we have found some the golden ornaments, flower ornaments, the silver. This is from the ancient Greece, the style.
So basically, you found this one.
In Guangzhou. It's a two. It's a mausoleum.
The tomb is called Nanhai King Tomb.
In Guangzhou.
It was discovered. It was found in Guangdong.
Yeah.
So that's where the Maritime Silk Road started, right?
Already.
That was the starting point.
Yeah.
So when did you found the tomb?
We found some
it was in
gold
1983.
1983.
You found that.
Yeah, and there were glass necklace from the Western. Also the silver box from maybe West Asian, Arab. Yeah.
So you found a lot of items which
from
came from other countries.
Yeah.
It was not originated from China. So which shows that probably back in old times, China already had global
Connection.
trade with other countries.
Yeah, yeah.
And you said this one was from Greece, right?
Yeah, Greece
Well, that
style.
was far from China.
Yeah. This is from the Asian Arab, the Persian kingdom. Also the necklace, the glass necklace, is so perfect too. Never been stolen. So we found a lot of things from Western country.
Well, so when did the Tamm exist? So how many years ago?
2,200 years before.
2,222 years ago.
Yeah.
So back in that time.
Yeah. So we had
had global trade.
Yeah. So we have something book.
China was the global trade leader at the time.
This is our historic book, Hanshu. Their records our the first government delegation to the Huangzhi country is we reached to the Indian, the East India during that time.
So basically, if China, so at that time, before China wanted to start a trade relation with another country, the government sent their representatives from the government first. They build the connection, they establish the connection, then they sent businessmen to other countries. Is that very impressive?
I think it's very impressive. I mean, at that time, you don't forget how long this was ago and everything. And if you see on this chart here, basically, where this trade was. I mean,
that's a very clear map.
Yeah. Here, basically, you see Guangzhou, and then it went all the way up to the northern part, Asia, Southeast Asia, India, down to East Africa, Persian Gulf, Arabian Gulf, to the Mediterranean.
So basically, this is the route of the, as we mentioned earlier, the Maritime Silk Road. It started from Guangzhou and Fuzhou, several ports in China, and it went through different areas. So basically, it became a big network connecting China and other continents, or I would say they connected the whole world together. And this is Europe. So where's Hamburg?
Oh, here, all the way up there.
So it's out there.
Yes.
But Hamburg at that time actually was not located on the Maritime Silk Road.
Yeah,
right?
it was only later, and Hamburg was at the time, connected by the Mediterranean ports and everything. So, and this is, but if you see this here, it's so unbelievable at the time. Don't forget when it was, and China made a huge trade, and today, I mean, we have the same. So we learned out of this time, and this is something for a collector, a museum, and that's brilliant to see, brilliant to have.
Well, Hamburg was not on the Maritime Silk Road, but actually was a very important port for trade between China and Europe at that time. And I think the trade between China and Europe probably back in 300 years ago, or even earlier.
More earlier, maybe.
More earlier,
More earlier.
Yes,
the first Canton ship shipping here, voyage here, is the 1770s.
1770s.
Yeah.
So 1770.
Yeah. Exactly. It's the first Canton ship. That's kind of the big ice ship to Hamburg.
Gotcha. Okay.
But
Here we have to
Okay.
Here I
Well,
have to see.
come back. They have important items to show off. Okay, let's see.
Let's see this one.
What is this?
What's this?
Yeah, guess first. Do you have any comments, any ideas what this is? Take a look. Take a look. Look at some details. Woohoo! Woohoo! Got it? I bet you can. You can get it. Okay, now let's reveal the answer. Okay,
It's
please.
we call in Chinese. In Chinese is Sinan.
Sinan.
Yeah, Sinan. What kind is Sinan? Is a compass.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a kind of needle throughout a kind of something. Just fill some water.
Fill some water.
Yeah,
into the
into
pot
center. Yeah,
first.
and then some needles
Put some
to
needles
to
on
point.
the water.
Yeah, on the water
Okay.
to
Then it will point to the south.
yeah.
So why
it-
it can point to the south?
Because the geographic attractive, the 地磁
Okay.
yeah. So it can work to direct a different direction, especially for the voyage on the sea. If there were so many, so dark, so cloudy, you can't identify the stars. But this helped us so much. It's a great contribution for Chinese to the voyage.
Well, I
so
remember, I remember that in my history book, my
Yeah.
teacher. Well, I think every Chinese know
Yeah.
that compass is one of the most important creation from China. It was a great contribution to the world, and I bet it was critical to
Yeah.
to the people.
Yeah, it's to navigate.
Yes.
Without light, you have no radar, you had no satellite system like today,
Yeah.
and you navigated by
They
that.
just told us.
Yes,
Yeah,
and they
very
arrived.
all
important.
the time,
Yes.
see where it is.
Yeah.
And they arrived at the ports. Don't
Yeah.
forget how old
Just
this
like
is.
And this is a modern one. Let's take a look. Let's
Exactly.
compare it. So basically, at that time, they just put
A needle
put water there and put the needle on top of the water, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's interesting.
So you see, I mean, this is the great inventions of the centuries
Yeah.
and everything. Without, no airplanes could fly the right directions, nothing,
Yes, yes. Well, it makes a lot of happen.
Yeah.
Well, and here I think there is a very interesting part.
Oh yeah.
Here is some pottery section because there were so many China. Why we call China? Because we have so many important porcelain in Guangdong along the coast, Southeast China. We found there was.
Okay, let's talk about
Yeah.
this Nanhai
And this
number
here,
one shipwreck.
Nanhai number one. So
Yeah.
this is really interesting thing because if you see here this photo when they found it in front of Macau, and how this inside look, and if you put it with me, it looks like today you have a container where you store different goods and commodities in, and here you put it on the ship on a deck, and this is like a container ship today. And for me, I mean, I'm so proud to have this here to show that and to the world, because this was at the 13th and 17th century, where they already had these ideas, which we still have today. But today we only are going a little bit faster and bigger. Yes, upgraded. Yes.
But the original idea was kind of the same.
Yeah.
And tell us about a little bit about this Nanhai number one ship. So when was this ship, and what did it do? I mean, what happened? Do you have any idea?
Okay. In 1987, we found this shipwreck during our Guangdong area. So we are so lucky to find those shipwreck is Song Dynasty. Song Dynasty is quite prosperous trade with foreign country. It's about 700 years ago.
Okay, so the ship was existed 700 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was found, the shipwreck was found in 1987. So that was 30 years ago,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then in 2007, the whole shipwreck was salvaged as a whole. So people got it from the water. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We found we do another great thing is we set up the whole the well to hold whole boats out of the water, and we do some clean work
So
in
they
details.
got it as a whole.
Yeah,
So keep
whole
it
set.
very complete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see here is some the under the water site, and we set up such kind of
Like a
bronze.
container,
Yeah,
you see.
container.
Yes.
Whole together here and do some work under the water to take all the things. It's first time almost in the world to do such kind of things.
Very creative.
Yeah.
And these are the items we found from the shipwreck, right?
Yeah. All from the Nanhai, the first one. But those two things from the Hamburg Museum also.
Okay.
It's from another shipwrecks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, looks they were still in a very good shape.
Yeah.
And that's what we also saw, when we came to your museum.
Yeah.
It's great to see how you preserve the things when they came out and everything, and how really professional and
we have our
machines you have to do this.
conservation
Yes.
team. They do a lot of work for
We need to
protecting.
keep walking.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a lot of stuff.
And those things is Dehua caves from the Fujian area. Especially you can see some good luck the vase, something.
Yeah, it's very Chinese. You see the character on top of it. It means good luck, means good fortune. It's very Chinese. And
this one is Chinese Guanyin.
okay, well, we have see a, very splendid art piece here.
Yeah.
It's antique.
Yeah, it's our Guanyin.
Well, it's a Buddha. It's a Buddha.
Yeah. The Western country, they like this kind of figures because much like a Holy Mother in Western world. Yeah. So there were so many daily life containers, also Buddha, lots kind of figures to be commercials.
Yeah. As here, basically it means a lot of people believe in Buddha, Guanyin, and they think they will protect us. Just like, some Westerners, they believe in Jesus. It's kind of the same. Okay.
There were so many different porcelain from different places. Those is from Nanhai. It's Longquan. Yeah. Some Longquan caves. They have those things is quite beautiful.
Yes.
Like jade, like ice, something. Especially.
So what does this mean? It means they were good from
it's
China.
Good, really good quality. Right? In Song Dynasty is so earlier, so it's quite good quality to compare with the other worlds, especially porcelain.
So basically, as we know, the trade between China and the other countries, especially Europe, at that time, porcelain and China was very important goods. Basically, that was kind of the symbol of China, right? Yeah. So basically, they were the goods back in that time.
The thing was from the Jingdezhen.
Oh, that's a very famous town for China, in China.
The porcelain produced place. Some were Manchuria figures. And this one is so beautiful phoenix jar, quite the big one.
Yes, this is so different.
Yeah, you are.
Right, that's from the Nanhai One shipwreck.
That's another
farm.
shipwreck,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. It's now first.
And if you see here on top of this one, you see the frog?
Yeah, very delicate.
Yes.
Yeah, it's line.
Yes,
Also
it's lying
phoenix.
from.
Oh, that's lines. Yeah.
Put to some
Well, there are some very traditional Chinese characters. It's very Chinese. We can see that the frog on top of it, and then the lines, and here it's a phoenix. So basically, they are in Chinese tales, and it's huge. I mean, it's huge. So I believe it's really hard to preserve, to protect, right?
Yeah. But it's a huge one. But inside there was a lot. There were over 200 pieces, smaller pieces, things together. In the ship inside. Yeah.
Inside of the ship or inside of this part?
Inside this part, we have smaller. On the ship, if they have this big one, they fill some smaller things, objects inside. There were over 200 smaller things inside.
Wow, that's impressive.
So,
very interesting.
Let's go to the second day.
So we can just quickly maybe browse around a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's browse around and let's go to the second floor.
It's quite interesting.
Yes.
Those things, those agriculture things from outside, they help us. They sell our so many Chinese.
Well, yes.
The peppers.
So they were very important goods at that time. So people from China, from other countries. Now we can have, the food from other continents.
Yeah, they sell us a lot of life because those things quite easy to plant.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Well, we have finished this floor. Okay, we have see some comments. Well, we have see some comments from our audience. It says, Sakura. Bear. Well, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I'd better not. But the spelling is Socorra, and the last name is Barrera. Says, I think this friend is from America. She said, so honored to see such great collection, and thank you for sharing. Much appreciated. Wow, thank you so much. We're excited.
So we show you more.
Well, a lot of people say so nice, very good. And I see you guys, Matt, LM, Sis, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but it's Iswati.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
So
I almost girls. Sorry. You guys distracted me.
Those were how to make teas.
Oh,
the,
look
the
at
process.
the paintings, how to make teas. Well,
yeah,
you know,
it's
tea is
transformed.
another kind of important goods from China to other countries.
Yeah.
So, you know, that represents China as well.
Make teas.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
So let's go to the second floor.
Yes, there are a lot of good stuff.
And now you see all the jewelry stuff.
Follow us. Well, and now there are a lot of people here. We can hear a lot of noise.
Yes.
Whoa, whoa,
And
whoa! We see a lot of visitors here. It's a crowded day. And
yes.
I'm not gonna let you see it. Don't sit, don't sit. 1, 2, 3. Take a look at what they are. Well, I think girls really love it. Yeah. Well, it's not diamond, but it's gold necklace. And they are in such a good shape.
Yeah.
They are very delicate, very fine jewelries.
And don't forget, you know the same, the age woman is from,
Well,
and how they did it. I think
when
today
they were made.
yes, and they couldn't do it better today.
Yeah.
So I think it's unbelievable to see. Or if you go to the next one here,
Look at this.
You know,
And you know the style is still very edgy today.
yes,
The
But,
chains, they
you
are
know,
still,
those-
stylish.
yeah,
Yes.
no style. The style is no traditional Chinese one. Maybe,
Chinese.
yeah, maybe
Was it
it's
made in
from the
China or
Western Asian style. So you can say maybe during that time, the Chinese boss means security. So there were so many businessmen, especially the West Asian, they take Chinese boss travel. So those things we found in a lacquered box
Okay. Well, I wonder, was it made in China or made in other countries?
made in other country.
Made in other countries,
Yeah.
but you found it in China?
Yeah, we found this is in the shipwreck, the Nanhai
yeah.
one. But this one you
Yes,
can
this is
see
something.
still.
I
Wow,
don't
it
want
is.
you guys to see it. I want to have it. Oh my gosh. I wish I had them. Gosh. Look at how beautiful they are. It sounds like I'm selling them. Sorry. It's too pricey. I don't think I can afford it. Okay. Probably you are rich enough to afford it. Okay. There are gold and a lot of
Yeah.
German stones, right?
Yeah, a lot of stone, precious stone. It's during Ming Dynasty. It's Chinese
That was
necklace.
how many years ago?
Ming Dynasty is about 500 years ago.
500 years
Yeah.
ago, okay.
So it's about how to say. Before that, we like the jade like as ornaments, but during that time, for the trade region, we have so many precious stones. You know, no Chinese from outside, but the royal family they use a lot of those precious stones here.
Well, now you are with Facebook Live with CGTN, and I'm your reporter, Wang. I'm in Hamburg, in Germany, and now we are visiting the International Maritime Silk Road.
Museum.
International Maritime Museum in Hamburg. It's the largest private maritime museum in the world. And now there are two guests with me. And
Hi.
say hello to our audience.
Hi.
What's your name? Introduce yourself a little bit.
Okay. I'm Maritime One. I work for the Guangdong Museum.
Yeah.
It's
I'm Peter Tamm. I'm the head of the museum here and the son of the founder, Professor Peter Tamm.
So basically, he's the president of the museum, and they are working together to hold this exhibition. So now we are in the section about some gold items. So they are very fine. So what do you think of these items?
They're marvelous. It's great. I mean, look. I mean, again, like the other stuff, like the necklaces. How to build this and how to do it at that time. I mean, you know, I'm completely speechless about it, and so it's marvelous.
yeah, it's a silver.
And the interesting thing,
silver.
yes.
Yeah.
And if you see, for example,
Connect together.
but
So
if
basically, they are old currency,
exactly.
the Chinese currency, right?
It's quite expensive currency, but here some
But-
luxury project.
but
Something you can say gold foil,
Yeah.
and also
What
the
is-
necklace. Some
What was
ornaments.
that used for? Gold foil.
It's cover something. They were so popular during Western and also China.
Cover something.
Yeah.
Is it like a paper?
Yes.
To
Yeah.
wrap
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yes, of course. there are so many uses for this one.
Really?
They quite thin, quite.
But it's expensive. They can't
Yes,
use
of
it
course.
as a paper. I mean, like a
But
plastic bag.
Depend on who is
Okay,
the empress.
depends on who is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not that person. Sorry.
Those things or the prince.
Okay.
The prince have those things.
That's the decoration for women. So basically, well, I can't take it out,
The-
but
for the-
basically,
You like to have it, right?
yeah, you just put it like in your
we have-
hair. Do
Yeah,
you have a
high style.
pencil or something? No, I don't. So basically, it's like something like this. You just put it here,
Yeah.
like this. So basically, we see that a lot on Chinese TV soaps about how ancient people live.
But interesting is that
Yeah.
everybody, all the visitors, they always stop here and come to see the gold. Gold is something,
Yeah.
which people are attacked. And here you see, that's our logo, which we exactly designed for this exhibition.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this was the daughter of one man working for us here. She did that, and she learned in China how to paint in this Chinese way.
Chinese painting.
Yeah, those were traditional Chinese boats. Is Fuchuan. A lot, Zheng He,
Okay.
the team of boats. There were so many such kind of boats. Okay, sorry.
Okay. Okay, good. Well, I did come here to do some homework before I really talk to you guys. This is one that really impressed me. So tell me a little bit. It's a
Christianity, you can say, is Jesus.
Yes.
The holy.
Jesus on the holy.
but
Yeah.
the thing is, it's made in China.
Yes, of
Correct?
course.
It's made as far as I know, it's made in China. But take a look at the picture there. It's Jesus.
Oh, here, if you see, like the line on this side and everything.
And
so
the
it's-
line, and you see the gold. It's made.
Again, we cannot do
gold.
it better today.
Yeah, and basically you can see the Jesus, the line, everything is very Western. They are just Western stuff, but it's made in China. So what is this? How special it is? So we can tell that at that time, China was trying to made this to please Western customers. So is that right?
Yes, of course. The Maritime Silk Road is not only the goods, only the cargoes, commercial, but there is also cultural exchange road. So also religion, the spirit exchange more. Okay.
So basically, at that time, China specially designed this and to please their Western customers. So it's made in China, but
Yeah.
very delicate. Yeah. And there are more stuff to come. Take a look at
See
this.
some silver bars. Silver ingots.
Now we have
And
seen
money.
more money. We have seen more money. Yeah.
Yeah, those things were found in the under the sea.
Under the sea.
Yeah, the coins, the Chinese coins is quite popular in the Southeast Asian because they collect so much traditional Chinese coins to use.
Okay. Well, we have seen a lot of silver ingot there. So basically, I never saw them in my daily life. I only saw them on TV soaps. So it's my first time to see real stuff.
So you see, you have to come to Hamburg for that.
Yes. I wish I could touch it. but,
Exactly. So we
I'm
can
not.
always recommend it. Please come here and see it.
Yeah, we have seen, like the little coins. We have choose. This one is the original.
Yes, this
one,
is the
right?
original, how they found it together, how it's stuck under the water together, and here you see the preserved ones on the back there. So and they're very detailed, very nicely done.
So when they're cleaned and well preserved, it will be shown like that.
Exactly.
But this is the original.
Exactly.
And then it's from the under the water, the coins.
Yes.
We found the under the water, so to connect with the rock under the sea.
Okay.
the original
Yeah.
how
So they just
found
stick
it.
to the rock. Is
Exactly.
that right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's the Chinese traditional paper currency.
Okay, this
Right.
kind of the bill.
Yeah, it's the biggest one. The biggest the money,
Because it's too
the
big.
paper money. Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
lot.
lot of money. It's 罐，
一罐.
一罐. Yeah, we say 万贯家财 means a lot of money.
Equals
Yeah.
to how much for today?
a lot of because
let me
paper.
see. 10,000? No, more than that.
Yeah, almost.
不止1万吧
Yeah, almost. Yeah, no.
10万块钱
Yeah.
About
And I'm couldn't say
euro?
how much. Yeah, a lot of money.
100,000.
Yeah.
10万差不多 10万
Yeah, yeah,
人民币
yeah, yeah.
100,000 Chinese yuan or 那个是多少？115,000 I'm sorry.
Yeah, a lot of money.
50,000
We cannot, we
US
cannot transfer
dollars.
this in US dollars.
I'm not good at
Euro.
math. I'm not good
Yeah,
at
you
math.
are. Come on.
Okay, I'm not good at math, but now this is my nightmare. So this is the first. I was told this is the first. 第一本几何书吗
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, this is the first mathematical book.
Yes, it's our Li Mado's work. Those Rich Mato, his work. He make a map whole world.
Okay.
And also the mathematical things.
Yeah. Well, what do you think?
Great. I mean, you know, it's for me hard to read, but anyhow, I think it's unbelievable to see.
Well, it just reminds me
condition.
of the math.
But
No.
here,
The
but on the
for
other side,
math classes,
math
and
classes,
tests.
but
Yeah.
here
It
you have
was
to see
crazy.
these are the charts at the time. You know where they navigated through, and if you see this also, I mean, how at the time, you know, you start to develop, you start to see, you start to conquer and things, and this is something to see. And don't forget, if you end up today, and we still learn from that time.
The Rich Mato, they made the first the world map in China.
Sure.
That's one. It's
So
the
that's-
Earth.
that's the
Earth is
global-
the Earth, to tell Chinese the Earth is round. But before we saw it's a flat.
So basically, that.
Then we
so-
fell down.
So at that time, we not only have, you know, economic engagement between China and other countries, but also there were, you know, people-to-people exchange, cultural exchange, also a lot of knowledge from West. They were, you know, delivered to China by the Maritime Silk Road. So that's why a lot of knowledge spread it out around the world. So that's very important. So that's the, well, that's the very important guy. Yeah.
Quite popular in
Matthew Rich, right? Is that the right pronunciation? Okay, this is a candle stand. What's the story about this one?
That is the candle, yeah. And the style is West Asian, not popular in China, but just booked from outside. Or according to Western Asian people, what they like.
So it was-
It's quite different shape in China.
It was made in China?
Yes, of course.
It was made in China, but trying to please
For shipping,
Western Asian
export.
customers.
Yeah.
For export.
So it's kind of their style.
Yeah, right. The Western Asian style. It's not Chinese. But those things.
I just feel now we call China the world factory. I feel like even back in
It
you
was
know,
back in already.
years ago. I mean, Chinese people were smart enough and you know diligent enough to make so many wonderful goods to please customers around the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's why you came back again. I mean, this is to see that. I mean, with whom you had trade and everything. This is fantastic. you know.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, those ones were the best quality of Chinese porcelain. Those things.
Okay.
Especially the red color.
Uh-huh.
Red color plate is the best quality. It's hard to make that plate.
Why,
Also big one.
How can we tell that it's in the best quality? We can't
The
really
red
tell
color. The red color.
Oh, it
plate.
was hard to get the color?
Yeah. It's so hard. It will change a little bit, but
Okay.
this one is best quality. Also,
So basically, the color, the red, was so hard to get.
Yeah.
Because people have to control maybe the temperature.
yeah.
And how
The
long
hot.
it was,
Change the
it was
clips.
made, So, wow.
Also, the blue color porcelain.
Okay.
That's one what we purchase those color material from West Asian, and
Okay.
then made that blue flower.
So they bought the
porcelain.
material from
Yeah.
other countries
Yeah.
and imported it to China, and they made these goods and exported to other countries. Then, wow.
And also this one, you can see some interesting things. Later, at first, during Song Yuan dynasty, which is what we have, we sell outside. But later, especially the Ming and Qing dynasty, we just, according to book, what you like, what kind goods you like, we can book for you.
Oh, gotcha. So people, the Chinese businessmen will ask people your favorite, what your preference is. Then we will design it for you. We'll tell it for you.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, let's go.
The silver.
Okay. Well, I think this stuff probably is quite familiar. It's like a beer cup, right?
Yes, thank you.
Beer glass.
It's like a beer glass, and if you see here, with all these ornaments on it, the dragon and here, and this was also Chinese done silver cup and.
The drummer.
Yeah.
It's San Ying Zhan Lu Bu.
Well,
It's quite famous story of Chinese.
Well, this-
San Ying Zhan Lu Bu is Liu Bei. Sorry, there were
So
many
basically, it describes a plot of the book. It was a famous Chinese book, a fiction. It's called The Romance of the Three Kingdoms. So basically, every family, even when I was a little kid, my parents will ask me to read the book. So kids, I mean, I can't say I love it. As basically, it's about a lot of wars, conflicts, and battles. As a girl, to be honest, I didn't like it, but it's famous and it's a household name, you know. And this glass describes, shows the figures of this book. And this is one plot from the book called Three Heroes Fighting Against Lu Bu, a very important figure in this book. So it's quite vivid. You can see that. You can see the horses, the figures, and the trees and the clouds. And basically, it was made in China, but sold to other countries, right? Okay. Well, I do feel like it's more beautiful than current, beer cups or beer glasses. It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable,
Okay,
and the condition.
Say something. Is that a dragon? Yes, you are right. Somebody, who's that? Mandy Richards. Hi, Mandy. How are you? Yes, you are right. It's a dragon. It's a dragon. Very vivid, right? Yeah, and this is a silver one too, and this one is a huge dragon as well.
These are from Spain, the galloon.
Okay.
They're so-called also coins,
Okay.
and these are Spanish, also silver.
So where did
Anglers.
people find this? These stuff from sea rocks?
We brought some things from outside to our museum. During
What do you mean
Mingqing,
by outside, from other countries?
other country, we brought back China. Yeah.
So
So you auctioned actually from
From
somewhere
Guangzhou.
to Guangzhou.
Yeah.
So
we made.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made in Guangzhou. We sold to our country,
Gotcha.
and now we sometimes brought something back.
So those stuff was made in China, then China exported those goods to other countries. And then nowadays, in order to inform more people,
So
the
you auction back.
Guangdong Museum
Yes.
bought them back from other countries to show the art pieces from Chinese people in ancient times. I think it's clear now. Well, so
Right.
okay.
So-
Well, what a journey. We have, learned a lot, see a lot, right? So,
Here we see a little bit about the museum, if you see, with the entrance, and we have different floors, different topics, of course, in each floor. Here,
Well,
actually,
I saw there's a big,
Yes.
it's a huge
that's
model.
the Wappen von Hamburg, and actually, great-great-great-great-grandfather of us, my father and myself, he was
Great-great-great-father.
great-great-great-great-grandfather, so really far away. And he was called Martin Tamm, and he was the commander and owner of this Wappen von Hamburg. And this was yes, because this was convoy ship, and convoy ship at the time was also trading. It's like a container ship today, and they traded with several commodities and everything. And interesting is at that time, which we see today again, the piracy coming up in East Africa, so they had to protect each other, to protect their goods once they're trading. So this was something, the time. So of course we had to put it here, if something is
And I was told that
relating to the family.
And I was told that there were some very impressive items here in your museum.
Oh, yeah, we have-
And I was told there's a gold ship, pure
Yes.
gold. Is that right?
Yeah, we have it on deck 9.
You need to take a look.
Oh,
Yeah.
We will show you, and it's on deck 9, and we have the Santa Maria from Christopher Columbus, which is there. Then we have quite a big collection of bone models. Bone models made out of bones,
Animals' bones.
animal bones. At the time, from French prisoners, they had been kept on English hulks, and so they, in order to get them some food, they build these models, and then they basically exchange it against foods. So this was the idea. Then we have swords, we have uniforms, we have big models, we have paintings, and anything basically which is belonging to maritime history. And also what we see a little bit, that the museum is not only looking backwards.
Okay, somebody saying, well, CGTN, thank you to this beautiful spokeslady on live TV with CGTN. Who's the beautiful spokeslady? Well, there are two ladies, I'm sorry. Very knowledgeable on this tremendous collection. Well, I bet very knowledgeable probably is not me, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Well, that's a compliment for you.
You're so crazy. Thank you so much.
Well, I think we are very lucky. I mean, originally we only have Mr. Peter Tan, but this morning she just arrived from China and to this exhibition. So spontaneously we said, well, why don't you join us? It could be a great show. So now we have both of them, and they are very knowledgeable. They know both China and Europe.
And now you have to steer a container ship.
Okay.
Now you'll be captain of what had been the past time. Please go there. And
please go there. Okay.
And here it's very easy. It's very easy.
Okay.
You take here, that's the wheel, that's the rudder.
This is wheel.
Exactly. And then in order to get forward, you push this forward, and then the ship will go.
This one is
yes,
forward?
That's the main engine, and now you're going forward. And now you have to steer, otherwise you hit somebody, there's a cruise ship coming out. We are entering the port of Hamburg.
Well, we came here just a couple of days ago. We have been in Hamburg for a couple of days, and we visited the port of Hamburg. It's breathtaking. It's my first time to see so many giant cranes and so many giant cargo ship. So that was amazing. So I feel that as we said earlier, Hamburg it's a very important hub. Now, in ancient times, it connected China and Europe. And today, we have the Belt and Road Initiative. Kind of the Maritime Silk Road has been revived, right?
Exactly. And that's something which I think it's so great what you did in order to revive that, because out of the 13th, 17th century, you saw there was a very good working route of trade, exchange, and everything you had. And the same as today. You start again. You learn out of the history. You do it for tomorrow, for the future, for today, tomorrow. And I think that's a great thing to do it, the initiative. And I think it's very, very clever and very valuable, and we should do it. And if you see here, for example, that's a model of a container ship. That's basically the bed today. And was it kind of what we showed you upstairs, the past.
And you are very knowledgeable about history.
Thank you.
So are you happy to see that kind of the history has been revived again?
Yes, of course.
And the trade has been continued.
Yes, we are so proud for the Silk Road because the ocean connect us together in nature. Yeah. The ocean current, all the things. But it's not only the trade, but culture, about community. Yeah, we hope, especially the people. Yes. We are together. We work so happy together. Yes. So we do hope we can have more in the future to have program, project work together.
I think her words really kind of touched my heart.
Yeah. And like my father, when coming back, he was founding this museum in order to show that basically without ships there would be no history, because without ships there would be no transport, no media, nothing. How you would exchange, how you would do this kind of stuff. And this was a very, very basic why he did it. And he always was very big fan about China, said, look, China, the history, it's huge, a great history and everything. And now it comes back and it's back. You're doing it. And I think, and this is together, and he was very, very happy to do something. Unfortunately, he didn't know that we can do it, and so that's why we also had to do this exhibition for him. And to show the world basically what you did and what it is today, and I think that's the basis. Without ships, no history.
Yeah. So, as we said earlier at the beginning of our live, basically this marks the 45th anniversary of the establishment of the diplomatic relations between China and Germany, and also we have seen that the bilateral relations between the two countries has been strengthened. Especially in the past couple of years. And now China is Germany's largest trading partner, and Germany is China's largest trading partner in Europe and the biggest source of capital and technology from Europe. So we are so happy to see that the two countries are, working together so well, and their ties are getting tighter and tighter, And also, as we said earlier, actually this kind of connection went back thousands of years, and also the exchange is not only in trade or economies or money or goods, but also people to people.
Yes.
And we really get to learn each other, get to know about each other, and also I think the humanity is the same, right? We are trying to be nice, friendly,
And also what we learned, I went to, this was 8-9 weeks ago, to this people-to-people dialogue in Beijing. This was absolutely open, and what we did, what we discussed, something, and there is so much in common together. And this was not only on cultural heritage, and it was football, it was sports, it was media, anything. And this is something I can only say thank you.
And now we are so happy, and here I was, warmly welcomed by Peter Tamm and
Wang.
and the Mary Wang. And it's a great timing. We meet together and meet all of you guys. And I would like to say thank you again for your time and to spend with us. And now
visit us.
And visit, come here. Come to
really.
the Hamburg International Maritime Museum and come to Guangdong Museum to see this wonderful exhibition about how East meets West. Great.
Thank you.
Okay, now I think I have to be the captain now.
Yes.
Well, I think it's time to say bye. Let's say bye to our global audience. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. Well, show me how to do this.
You do it that way. Now we move forward. Now you can steer.
Okay, so
left to right.
Here. This is
Yes.
left.
Now you're the captain.
Okay, I'm the captain.
But it's better to do it forward, otherwise the ship will turn.
What is this for?
And this is the bow thrust. Then you turn the bow in the foot.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I really have no idea.
And that's the
about
phone.
this.
You can call the other ship.